Mm. TCB with you. TCB with you. And also with you, Brother Brian, Brother Corey, brother, yes.
And with everyone here in the chat.
Everyone here, thank you so much for throwing up the prayer hands. Thank you for making us feel seen. And really just, people say prayers don't work, but here we are.
I remember when I personally, petitioned Tim Cook to put those prayer hands in the Apple emojis. I said, Tim, buddy, it just symbolizes Tinlightenment. And so many people out there just want to be able to express that. It's kind of like a term like shalom. It can mean so many things. And he came around.
We need these.
That was me.
We need these. If we need these now more than ever, some may say.
More than ever.
Speaking of, I'm going to have another bite of my quesadilla.
Fantastic. Our souls may be fed, but our human bodies need to be fed as well. It's going to be a lot of this, folks. It's going to be a lot of this.
It's going to be a lot of this for a full month. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Tell us where you're chatting in from in the chat, please. We would love to know. This is
and we can cease the prayers. Prayers have been answered. Prayers. We can
check it off the list. Moving on.
Check it off the list. We're into chat now. We're into real chat. We're getting hmms in the chat, and that is, that's good.
It's a natural transition to go from this to a into then more just like mundane
into
talking, into just a quesadilla. Absolutely. Well, this is a big deal because as of today, we are kicking off the Tin Can Bros 10-year anniversary season, 18 months of Tinlightenment. So thank you so much for being here. We are so thrilled.
Oh my gosh. And just looking in the chat, it's like we got gang in Glasgow, Belgium, Germany, Greece, Slovakia, Spain, England, Melbourne, Australia, Ireland, Netherlands, France, UK folks, New Jersey, British Columbia, Indiana, Philly, Finland. Wow. Liverpool, Hungary. Oh my gosh.
Someone just put in a bunch of angel emojis, so maybe heaven?
Heaven, perhaps anyone? Heaven for anyone? Very, very exciting. Very thrilling to know that all of you are so responsive and positive to this, this campaign to hopefully go mostly around the world. We're trying our best.
This is our first foray into a world tour, and it's got to start somewhere. And so it will remain in this quarter of the quarter sphere. Is that a word? Hemisphere, quarter sphere? Check it. So as I said, we're about to kick off a month-long celebration, which includes many guests, live streams, social media activations, clips, etc., etc. Today is the first day of the launch itself, so hopefully you've checked out our video. Introducing everyone to Tinlightenment and announcing the projects, some of the people involved with them, and also a catchy little tune from our friends Ellie Gordon and Angela Parrish, who
incredible tune.
Wrote that song you hear at the end of the Kickstarter video. So throw up some prayer hands for them. So today we wanted to basically do a little bit of a tutorial, a walkthrough of Tinlightenment and the Kickstarter itself, and talk a little bit more about what this 10-year season is, what these 7 holy missions are, and how you can get engaged. And, we might even dip into some of these Kickstarter rewards, which we thought a lot about, because when you're starting a community, you got to put a lot of thought into this kind of thing.
You do. You really do. And a few people asked in the chat, where did we come up with Tinlightenment? And I think in crafting the branding of this Kickstarter, it's like I'm trying to think, where did it start? Where did it begin?
I honestly think you don't craft Tinlightenment. Tinlightenment finds you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think there's a whole reframing to be, acknowledged here in terms of how this whole thing came together. 100%. But the whole branding behind this Kickstarter really came together because of one of our new projects this year, which is about this whole world of cults and religions and MLMs, and uh, there's good, but there's also ill. So we want to explore that through some music and comedy. I mean,
Because we already have in many ways. If you look back at some of our past works, I think when you look at something like Flop Stoppers, it's like there's kind of a secret society, hooded figures, candles. There's some kind of
and is
something
fandom
there.
culty? Yeah,
It certainly is. And then you look at Idol Worship, our short, which I think is probably the most closely linked to an idea like this that we premiered at Buffer Festival. But yeah, I think
and
those things are very fun. Also, it's just like we're celebrating 10 years. We're celebrating 10 years of Tin Can Bros. All of you here, let us know in the chat how long you've been with Tin Can Bros. Have you been? Are you new? Did you just pop on for Grunch or Wayward Guide?
Mm.
Have you been here since Phone Thief?
I mean, Wayward Guide is barely new anymore.
Are you a new convert or are you a longtime faithful?
Yeah, because with this
either is fine,
and with this season, we want everyone. And we've called our supporters many things over the years. On Patreon, it's our Tin Can fam. It's a community, but we also just want to 10 years in, test the waters and be like, is this a cult? Could this be a cult? Could it? You're gonna let us know, I guess, if we can raise all this money.
Wow. We got a bunch of people. People are coming in from all sorts of ranges of time. We got 3 years. We got 2 to 3. We got 2018.
We got 3
all
months.
10. We love it. This is great.
Love it. Did anyone just find this today? Did anyone find us just right now?
Yeah. Is anyone like, I am in a place in my life where I need something like this? You saw this and you went, this is perfect. Because that's also great. Wow. Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
Also, I was just gonna say, in terms of I can't believe it's been 10 years, but we don't know we couldn't figure out the actual date, but it was this weekend. The actual 10 years of we came up with the name. We're doing it.
Yeah,
Corey, 10 years ago, Corey did past weekend.
Corey did. Yeah, he did the math, and he was like, on the 26th of January, we created a document that had sketch ideas. So that was last week. And then on the 28th, which was Sunday,
yeah,
we registered tincanbros.com. And then the 31st, which would be tomorrow, we shot those original photos we did of us at the train station. And then I was looking, and then on the 3rd of February is when we released The Phone Thief on YouTube.
But yeah, that would have been 10 years ago in 2014.
This is a vibrant time. This time, it's like, if you're feeling the energy, it's like, it's because so many things happened within this week. You know what I mean? It's a wild week.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys still have the tattoos, right? You didn't cover your tattoo we got 10 years ago today.
No.
Okay, good. I just want to make
absolutely not. I mean, we can't show it on the stream.
No.
Celine Seeger said, my mom called TCB musical related potential cultish internet stuff, and I still don't really understand it at her wedding.
Wow.
Which is very exciting.
And I love to be the topic of banter at a wedding. It's an absolute honor. But yeah, I mean, and I also think our season ahead that's planned is very reflective of kind of what we've been talking about in terms of old people and new people So when it comes to like obviously some of the live streams and programming we're going to do over the next month, there's going to be like a lot of retrospective, a lot of looking back and celebrating where we've been. And then obviously, as many of you have seen on our Kickstarter page and social media from the launch announcements, we're going to be like tapping projects that you are all very familiar with, as well as launching brand new projects this year, which is very exciting.
Yeah. It's a bunch of, I mean, you know, we've talked about this. If you've been a part of our Patreon and you've been with us on Patreon, and if not, all good. But we've been kind of digging in the last few years about like getting into the development of certain projects. I mean, the recent musical, This Could Be on Broadway, was like very much a development centered project. And I think for us, a lot of this year, it's both a celebration of the things we've done, but also wanting to take a lot of those things into the next realm and into the next step. I mean, bringing Solve It Squad to the Edinburgh Fringe is like the first time anyone, either in our group, I mean, other people have gone to Edinburgh Fringe, but it's the first time we've taken like a full
No
production.
one has ever gone
No
to
one's
the
gone to
Edinburgh
Edinburgh
Fringe.
Or taken a
brand new
vacation
this
in
year.
Scotland.
But it's the first time we've brought a production to anywhere outside of the United States for a period of time. And that show is so fun. It's the only other show we've done also a full production, at least outside of LA. So it was like, let's expand this. That was fun. Same with This Could Be on Broadway. We realized that with the 54 Below show we're doing in November, it's the first time we've done that show live, any music or anything from that show live in front of an audience. Because when we did the workshop, it was all like a pre-taped thing. So there's just a lot of, it's exciting to like still have new places to go with so many of these projects. And
bringing up the Patreon makes me think like, while many of you, and I assume most of you, are just dip in and out of Tin Can Bros projects, which I would expect nothing less, because that's how I engage with everything. Like, we have never stopped over the last 10 years. And people on our Patreon know that very well. Creating, developing, pushing things forward. And so maybe you're just like popping in and you're just like, oh, you guys have done all this stuff? In which case, yes, we have. And we are very excited to share it with you. Should we go through each of the projects and kind of summarize them?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Starting maybe with the Fringe, because you brought that up, Joey.
Yes.
We're going to the Fringe Festival. With a slightly abridged version of Solve It Squad. We're reuniting the original cast to do the show. And it's going to be a full run. And it's going to be in Scotland. And
for an entire month.
Is there more to say?
I mean, I think what's exciting about that, for anyone who's, you know, not to tell you what to be excited about, but if you live in the UK or you live around the UK, it's like the idea of being
excited.
We invite you to be excited, but we also invite you there because the idea of going to the Fringe too, there's just so many things. It's like, that's the benefit of being there, is like there are like thousands of shows happening. So it's like kind of this exciting thing where you get to catch us, but you also get to catch all these other things that might be happening there and be a part of this like vibrant theater community that's happening nowhere else in the world, which is great.
Brian and Joe, you've never been, right?
I've been to Edinburgh, but I haven't been to
the Fringe.
Not the Fringe. Yeah.
Yeah. I went in high school, which was 19 years ago.
Really?
Sorry.
19.
Or almost 18. Maybe it's 18. Wait, I can't math. It's a lot. No, sorry. I meant that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, perfect. Corey is a preteen.
17.
18. But also excuse my lack of voice.
Corey has been out praising. There was a full moon. He was howling.
I was on top of a mountain, howling.
Oh my gosh!
Howling
we also
praise.
just hit 18,000.
Holy shit!
A holy number.
We just hit a holy little number. I don't know what happened.
That's a holy number.
I don't know what happened there, but bless you. Great to be here.
Absolutely bless you.
But yes, we're really excited to be at the Fringe, and like because we're gonna go see stuff too. Like that's
Oh, yeah.
also the fun part about performing at the Fringe, and there's all sorts of stuff like weird things, good things, lots of bad things, and like that's sort of the fun of it. You just like bop around, so it's gonna be a really fun time if you're able to come see our show, but then also like see lots of other things. But
the Gender Goblin said, do you know what venue yet for the Fringe? We don't know yet, but we've got a few little options floating around. But
we're still working on finalizing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but
there will be plenty of footage of us talking about all our plans coming up here.
Oh yeah. But we should, I mean, that's the other thing. That's part of the, just getting back to the Kickstarter of it all. Part of the inherent risk of doing this is that we have to start planning. Like we've been booking places for people to stay, and we're like so it's like it's happening, which is why this is an important Kickstarter.
But that's also why we have faith.
Yeah,
exactly.
Who was it that said plan and they will come?
Jesus Christ, I think.
Okay.
Or Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come. I think.
Yes,
I think that was. Yes. I think it was.
Saint Kevin.
James Earl Jones who said that if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
From the scripture Field of Dreams.
And if you look on our Kickstarter story page, by each project, you'll also be able to see which projects you'll be able to see live, which you'll able to see through digital tickets, and which will eventually be on YouTube.
Yes.
This being our seventh Kickstarter, a holy number. We are.
Is it really our 7th Kickstarter as well?
It is
6th or 7th, because we started with the lemonade stand. And
amen.
We're pretty conscientious of everything.
Amen in the chat.
We want to communicate, but if you have any questions, please ask them. Please let us know.
But yes, so piggybacking off of Edinburgh Fringe, because we are already going to be there in the UK, we will be there, us and Lauren Lopez will already be there. We went, let's hold a Spies event in
Brother
London
Lauren.
as well, Brother Lauren. So we figured let's hold a Spies event in London. Now, this is connected similarly to what we're doing in Los Angeles this coming spring, which is a live concert screening. Can we
to recap, Edinburgh Fringe Solid Squad, that's in August.
Holy Mission 1.
Holy Mission 1 is in August. Spy Another Day, our Spy Survivor screening, is going to be in LA in the spring, and then in London in September, beginning of
early September, because it'll happen right on the tail end of Fringe, because we're not going to stay too much longer.
But what is Spy Another Day?
Well,
Los
Spy Another Day,
desert, 40 years, 40 nights, 40 days.
49ers,
Super Bowl Chiefs. Vegas, February 11th.
So the Spy Another Day, the live concert screening, is inspired by what they do with the Hollywood Bowl. They've done it several times in terms of like screening films. Like, so they've done The Little Mermaid, and what they'll do is they'll screen The Little Mermaid, and then when the songs come, people will come out and sing the songs live. I think didn't Darren do the Little Mermaid one? Wasn't he Prince Eric?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's kind of what we're hoping to achieve, mixed with like interactive elements for the screening part, like Rocky Horror, where people, you say certain things when different things happen during the show, and we'll print out and we'll like send out a like comprehensive list of like what the action items will be for what to expect.
We'll
and
probably like put it on the video too. Like
exactly, like some things to be like, this is what you can do. So you can have your little cheat sheet for like how to interact with the show when watching it. But
and the reason we're describing it as kind of like this like confluence conjunction of like different types of events is because we have never heard of anything exactly like this, but we were like, what is the like optimal like Spies Are Forever event that we could possibly do, and this is what we came up with for this
like
year.
If we're not able to do an actual production of the show, because that show is so big and would take more than this Kickstarter
amount of money,
to do. So we were like, this would be a fun opportunity. So in Los Angeles, we're taking advantage of all the Los Angeles cast members who are in town to be able to have them out here, because this whole season in general is a lot of flying different places, getting links. So we want to optimize the fact that we have so many people still living in Los Angeles for the Spies of Forever LA one. And we got Joe Walker. We're bringing him out of semi-retirement to sing Deadliest Man Alive. Very fun. And then in London, as of now, it is just the three of us and Lauren, and we're going to have to keep crafting what that is, but also because we are all in London pretty much right before.
And it'll be like a similar show, but like a little different, obviously, with different cast members. So there'll be a twist on some of the interactions and the singing stuff. But yeah,
maybe
so
maybe we'll incorporate some of you all. That might be a fun way to.
So it'll be a similar format, but again, different, live, and super fun.
Yes. So that's the plan for how we can bring Spies to more places.
And some of you have asked, how did we bag Joe Walker? And the truth is, we texted him, and he said, yes.
He said, that sounds good.
And hopefully we'll see Joe on more of the live streams coming up this month as well.
Oh, we shall. We shall.
And hopefully not talking about sand. If you know, Patreon. Okay.
Joe talked all about sand.
So those are those. What else? What is next?
Well, and to be clear, who's involved in the LA one? It's Kurt Mega, Mary Kate Wiles, Tessa Netting, Joe Walker, Joey, Brian, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
End of list.
For now.
But anyways, that is the list of people we are able to achieve with how we're structuring all of these. It's
a big puzzle.
It's a big puzzle to figure out.
Undoubtedly, fun surprises will come into existence as we manifest them. But for now, that is all we are willing to say.
Amen.
Amen. Well, Not So Real Ellis said, why no Esther? Because Esther will be joining us in New York for the next project, which is the This Could Be on Broadway 54 Below show at 54 Below.
November.
In November, in the fall.
2024.
So for those of you who haven't seen it, we wrote a new musical in 2021 called This Could Be on Broadway, about high school students putting on a new musical, and it's the Matrix musical, and
it's the best thing we've ever done.
It's best thing we've ever done. It's an amazing show. We wrote it with Lauren, writing the book with us, and Clark, who wrote the music. And it was an incredibly fun experience. Esther was in that original production, and so was Bryce Charles, who many of you may know, was also in that production. And
from singing backup for BTS.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Of BTS
straight from BTS right to the Marilyn Monroe Forum,
and then immediately to Nickelodeon afterwards.
Yes. Wow. So, and immediately right to Nickelodeon.
That's what we call booked and blessed.
Yes. So what'll happen is we're going to, because Esther is based in New York, so we were like, oh, that sounds great. And then Bryce is like, Beth Ann, the character, for those of you who don't know, and This Could Be on Broadway, is just such a it's just such a
sort of the heart of the show.
Sort of the heart of the show. And it was like, and if it's
an ensemble show, but
it's an ensemble show. So we wanted to bring Bryce out, and then with a bunch of New York performers that we know to kind of fill out, people that, could maybe be a little younger and be more close to high school age, which is fun. Could be, there's a lot of fun. It's just new performers in New York like that.
Different ways to explore the material, different voices, different. Yeah, just giving it a different feel and exploring it more.
Yes.
Because if the kids are technically played by people in their 30s, then Theo Bradley Pearson actually has to be played by someone in his 50s.
In his 50s, yeah, and that's tough.
Pushing it.
So
Funnily enough, 54 Below, we will literally be feet from Broadway. So, for the kids of Mountain Valley
literally
High
half
School,
a block.
it's literally half a block. I think that's very exciting.
Yeah.
The kids are going to Broadway.
Yeah. So all this being said, so that's really exciting. And it also gives us an opportunity going into, because it's November, to like map some time in the next 6 months to like rework the show and see what we want to do with songs and like revisit it in a way that we haven't had a chance to, because we haven't had like an event surrounding it. So it's very, very fun. It's very fun to be able to like share that show with people for the first time and like, bring it to a new venue in a new city.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's that one.
Next up, something I alluded to at the very top of the stream is Gross Profits, which is a new show, a musical comedy, all about this. It's all about this. It's all about leadership. It's about control.
Leadership.
It's about praise. It's about community.
It's about business and leadership.
Business and leadership. It's about all of that. It's the intersection of your soul and your wallet. That's what the show is about. It will feature Joey, myself, Lauren. Corey will direct and help conceive, because we're going to be developing this show in a way that we don't normally work, where we're kind of improvising and working from like a looser outline. And there will be original music written by Ali and Angela, who, if you're just joining us, wrote the, knee slapping tune at the end of our Kickstarter video.
And also, if you happen to catch, because we posted it, you can find it on YouTube. If you watched us at Buffer Festival this past fall, Ali and Angela also wrote the opening number that we performed at Buffer Festival, that you can catch. I think it's on there. I think it's someone's YouTube channel.
Yeah. It's certainly on our Patreon, and it might be on someone else's YouTube channel. Do you guys remember a single lyric from that?
Yeah. My AI chatbot goes to work for me, but also fucks my wife.
That's the big
one. Right.
My iPhone 4, I can instantly reminisce. It's so good.
This is good. That part of my brain was partitioned off, but now it's like, oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, Ali and Angela are great. They write really awesome, catchy tunes. Angela, some of you might know, it's Angela Parrish, who's works with Shitty Broadway. And this is Ali Gordon of some Star Kid stuff. The Turkey Boy.
The Turkey Boy and the Scream at the end of the Jangle Ball.
Yes. In the
Kickstarter voice, the voice that's giving you, that's alerting
the voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is a show, and like Brian said, we are going to be developing that in like a kind of a more organic way than we have most shows, because I think rather than like sitting down and writing something and then being like, all right, this is the show, let's do it. I think because it's just 3 people, and because we can incorporate some music and we can have some kind of variety elements to it, and it's something that we would be taking to intention, a fringe in Australia, in Adelaide, next year, around this time next year, it can be something that is a little more like clown centric, improv centric, like focusing on like elements and bits that we can keep to like build a story.
Much of it is going to, like, there is no fourth wall in this show. It's a little less structured, but it's like similar to the Grunch, in which like, the audience that was there was no fourth wall. The audience that was there to like be at a taping. So like the characters acknowledge them, and so this show is that like even more. It's like it's going to be super interactive. It's going to be different every night. It's not going to all be like super tightly scripted in that way.
Yeah. More of a like maybe like beer in your hand kind of show. Like you wearing white, you're there to praise, and maybe something goes wrong, but there will be music, there will be praise, there will be laughter.
Yeah, something,
and maybe a blood sacrifice.
Maybe. Something that feels, because Solve It Squad, I think, is a great fringe show in terms of like the length of the show, the size of the cast. But I think like Gross Profits is more of a fringe show in a sense that it is a different kind of fringe show, which is like there's probably a lot more interactivity between the audience. It's like kind of like who knows what can happen with these characters and these people. So yeah, I think there's a lot of fun stuff, and like we had mentioned, we have kind of a few performances kind of mapped out loosely when they would happen over the course of the year in Los Angeles. But also maybe it just like maybe not even full performances. There might be some shows where we're like, let's try out this little sequence because this sequence was something we want to figure out for like in someone's variety show or something like that. But very character based, very like improv clowny based, and yeah, should be really fun.
Was that Brother Oliver I heard?
Yes,
Raising
Brother
his voice
Oliver.
in praise?
Yes.
Brother Oliver wanted to alert us that we are over 200 backers right now.
And we're so close to 20,000.
So close
10%.
to 20K, which would be 10%, which would be absolutely incredible. That would be really, really nice.
We're so close. It seems about like a good time to throw this up there.
Oh, look
just
at
in
that.
case you forget.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
So sorry, brother Joey. On my
No,
screen,
it's okay.
it's just covered you a little bit.
No, I'm doing a. This is a Malcolm Tulip. I'm hopping onto the wall. I'm pulling myself over the wall.
Brother
and now
Malcolm.
I'm gone. Brother Malcolm.
As it's funny, maybe this is only a Los Angeles thing, but I feel like the idea of like clown and developing shows in front of an audience has really taken off. And I'm curious if in other parts of the country and world, it's the same way, where I feel like if you say clown now in regards to like comedy and theater, it's more, the subtleties are understood more than previously. There it is. 20040, a holy number.
A holy number. A holy number. And to be clear, when we say clown, it's not like
it's not like red nose. It's not red noses and tiny cars.
It's like it's a physical comedy. It's like
character-driven bits and like things that there is a lot of like audience interaction with crowd. It's like kind of like chasing whimsy and absurdism rather than honk honk rubber chicken, which is what most people think. Lori in the chat says, I won't be able to make it any of the shows because of traveling with a newborn toddler, and a reluctant husband is a tad too much, but I might get digital tickets. And that is, love you to death, Lori. We would love to have you anywhere. But that is the thing about all of these events, is that we're going to be offering digital tickets for almost all of them as far as we can. And like Brian said, and Corey said, if you look on the Kickstarter, it easily defines which ones are like live show, and digital tickets. And what will be on YouTube and Gross Profits is the show that will be a new show probably next summer, I imagine.
Yeah,
will be a
after
show
we run it in LA, after we run it in Australia, then we will be ready to do the YouTube version and chisel that in stone there on the old YouTube, on the old web. And also, reluctant husband sounds to me like a challenge. Like, can we convert him?
Those are my favorite audience members.
We love a reluctant husband. We'll get that reluctant husband there. That's our new band name, Reluctant Husband.
Because if you win over the reluctant husband, you go, that wasn't a freebie. That took work, and you earned that. You earned that laugh.
And
I love a reluctant dad.
I'm going to address something real quick in the chat that I've seen. So Not So Real Ellis says, when this is finished, go watch a vlog of this Ice Age ride in Malaysia, because there's this goat thing about 1 minute in that sounds exactly like Joey Richter. And I have seen this a lot on Twitter recently. And I do think that is me. I think it's like a yoga thing. And I think it was Jesse Tyler Ferguson's character in the movie. And I think I did the ride voice match for it. I don't know if this was an ears up thing. It might have been, but you said it, and I've seen it a lot on Twitter for people who have reached out to me about this and pestered me into oblivion about it. And I do think it is me. But I will say I have very little to no memory of recording this, so that's what's fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That was like a word salad Mad Libs.
It's all right. That's
if
okay.
you know, you know. And I think you also bring up a good point about fake news. That
Look at
really,
that. Here we are, almost at 21, no, 24, or 21.
Tinlightenment at Tin Can Bros, our channel, our page, is really the only place you're going to be able to trust to get, truth and news. And so I just want to make that really clear.
Truth, capital T, with a capital T.
Yeah, we don't tolerate those lowercase t's. Oh no, because those
T,
remind us of another religion.
That's what the T in TCB stands for. Truth.
What other projects do we have? Perhaps the Great Debate?
Yes. The Great Debate.
Okay, then we'll talk about Great Debate. So we've been developing this show.
I was arguing.
Oh, I see. Great Debate is a show we've been developing on Patreon over the last year. This is going to be a live game show that is performed initially in Los Angeles, and we hope it will develop into something that we can take wherever we go, because it's a nice, small little comedy show. But it's about debating. It's our take on, like, what if there was a game show about debating, and we're going to be debating our comedian friends, our performer friends, about
the most important topics of our age.
Yes.
Yes. Some of the topics we have discussed over on the Patreon in the Great Debate have been the best cereal, the worst Muppet, the scariest Halloween costume, the scariest villain,
most toxic TCB ship.
Most toxic.
I think we did inappropriate Halloween costume.
Oh, we did inappropriate Halloween costume, and then I think we did just do like scariest villain, because that's when I think you didn't you win, Brian, for Pennywise?
No, I lost, but I should have won, because Pennywise is, the scariest villain. But I think the least appropriate, or like worst, sexiest Halloween costume, it was like a double negative. Yeah, we've done so many, but we're excited to continue developing this. And actually, to kind of pivot to the live streams for a second, we're going to be doing live streams during this campaign. Right now, the plan is every Sunday we'll be doing a Sunday service, 4-hour live stream. And on Thursdays, we'll be doing Great Debate live streams. So you'll really be able to firsthand get a taste as to what we're talking about here.
They're so fun.
Be able to try out some new game formats.
At the end of the day, it's people like arguing very passionately.
About
sometimes with like even like research and facts about really stupid things. And it's fun because sometimes people choose a position they don't actually believe in for the sake of winning.
Yeah, I think,
or losing in my case.
Oh, sorry.
According to the chat.
We did have we did do one Great Debate on the Patreon with Angela Giratana that ended up being too serious, because the topics it was like worst hobby. And Brian chose dog breeding. And it was like, that is the worst. That is the worst hobby.
Then Angela chose gambling, which was
also pretty bad. And I chose motorcycles, which I don't know. Maybe it's
not a little more in the spirit of what we were thinking.
Yeah, but either way, it's very fun. It's very and like we said, we will be kind of diving into some debates, some kind of like around the topic of like this whole thing we're doing, cults, religion, things like that. Or just some other random fun stuff, things that we do, movies, musicals, all those things. And we'll be debating them with some of our...
For the live streams will be like some of these people who are involved with these projects coming up here as well.
Guests of the live streams will include people who we have announced as part of the projects. If you go to the project page and look at all of them. Plus, like maybe some fun surprises from TCB past,
And then for the actual, like the live shows of the Great Debate, you can expect, like some fun, familiar faces, like in and around our circle. But the hope and plan is also to like reach out to just like the greater comedy community, to people that we either like we know, have never worked with, or like sort of know tangentially, or don't know at all.
Like ideally for Great Debate, we're aiming for we're aiming for a TCB dropout crossover. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what that's like goal wise what we're going for in terms of people and groups.
That's funny. We haven't talked about that, but that is on my list.
It's probably
I have a couple
of
those. Yeah, because also
and
we
also,
know them.
Also, hi Ava, how you doing? Thank you for that $1.99. Let's put that $1.99 into the Kickstarter.
Right into the Kickstarter.
Do I get it for saying that? Whoa.
No, I think it was the peace sign.
Oh wow.
Maybe.
Is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Or did you say the name?
Maybe I said it. I said Ava.
10? 10?
Wait, no.
10?
But wait, 10. That's
10,
our favorite
10.
stupid thing
Ava?
when we get spam emails to our Tin Can Brothers email that are just addressed to Tin. It's like,
hello,
hi,
Tin. And I can't take you serious.
They consider it, when you realize that someone didn't think of our first name and just thought Tin Can Bros was our first name, you'll that's
this little chat gift pledge from Ava actually reminds me that if any of you, and we hope many of you have joined us for previous live streams for our past Kickstarters, we're going to be bringing back some old favorites when it comes to people raising their pledges on the live stream. Maybe a little riffing. If you remember back from the This Could Be on Broadway Kickstarter campaign.
Some riffing, some prayers, some blessings. You know, that's in the big Sunday streams. That's where we're gonna be getting down, getting weird. I mean, that's kind of piggybacking off what they were saying. We are going to have two kind of what to expect and how to schedule all of your lives for the next month. We are going to have Sunday streams, which are our Sunday service or sermons, and then or service. Is it service or sermon? What did we say?
Both, brothers.
It's a service that also has a sermon.
Beautiful. How do I get these balloons back? I can't see.
Maybe when you say Pennywise, we all float. Oh, we got confetti. What the hell?
Two peace signs.
What the actual hell? Yes, Noah.
You have to take them away and then make them come back.
Probably some Real Housewives readings if we're going to have Lauren and Allie involved with these live streams.
There we go.
Intend to.
Beautiful. And look at that. Look at that. We're getting close to 21. Yeah, we'll probably do some things like that, which would be very fun, and they'll be a little more structured, and they'll be longer. The Sunday ones are going to be a little bit longer. Those are going to be closer to 4-hour streams, and then Thursdays midweek are going to be, just 2-hour debate streams, mixed in with some shout outs and all those things.
We have one more holy mission.
Oh, yes.
We certainly do.
Yeah, you think we'd be smart enough to remember to talk about it.
It's one small leap for
one small
TCB,
step for
one giant leap
for queer sci-fi comedy pilots.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. RuPaul said that
down there
in their Emmy acceptance speech.
But yeah, so we're going to be doing a reading of our television pilot called Intelligent Life, and this is one that we've been stewing on for a long time,
years,
a long time.
Yes, this has been a pilot idea. Have we done a Patreon?
No, because it's changed so much.
We really? I mean, even an old pitch packet?
I don't think we did.
Oh.
I don't think we went through it. Yeah.
No, because it's evolved. But succinctly, without reading the page, which is actually the most succinct way to, which is maybe actually just what I should do, is pull up the page.
I mean,
hold please.
It follows the complicated and hilarious interstellar breakup of ex-boyfriends Val and Casey, set against the backdrop of the distant universe. When Val stows aboard a spaceship and follows Casey on an expedition to colonize a new Earth-like planet, the two must put personal feelings on the back burner in order to survive. But when it's discovered that Val didn't come alone and half the leaders of the expedition were bumped for stowaways, well, they're all fucked unless they figure out how to work together to reboot humanity.
Yeah.
Think Lost meets the other two.
Ellie, you said another toxic TCB ship. You're right about that.
Kind of.
Yes. Yes. Well, no, they are toxic.
But we haven't had time in any of our things to go through a longer timeline in these relationships. In which case we can explore more subtleties. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say though, like I've seen people go, "Ooh, another tragic gay ship." I go, I would not describe this one as tragic.
No.
They're just toxic. No. They are terrible for each other.
And while this centers around Val and Casey, the series does, it's also like an ensemble cast that's filled out by other very fun and kind of damaged characters, as is our trademark.
Yes. And we've got I know we've like written some parts where like, man, it'd be really cool to get this actor if they were to do it. And we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we've got some fun. There's some really funny bits in that show. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to keep. We're like probably like halfway through writing the pilot, so we've got. I mean, the whole thing is like mapped out, so we've got a.
It's fun because like
it's working on it.
It's a bunch of like fun characters because like Casey works for this space company, but then Val is like a substitute teacher, and like some of those other stowaways, like one is a yoga instructor and yoga influencer, one is a famous DJ.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, so there's some fun, very fun characters and just like silly like hijinks. And
it's Lum, you said, anyone know if this stream will last for 4 hours? This is going to be just a 2-hour stream. This is not a 4-hour one. This is just a chill hangout. Let's update you.
This is just a quick intro. Yeah.
Also, just to be clear, I know the names are like a little gender non-specific, but like it is two gay men, Val and Casey. I did realize it was like, oh, that could go either way.
Yeah, it's contemporary though. I feel like we live in a world of more like classically like androgynous, less gendered names, maybe.
Lewis said, please say that you're not going to just use quantum and other buzzwords to explain the science stuff. We're going to explain almost no science stuff, I feel like.
It's a lot of science heavy show. It's science fiction in terms of like the setting. And maybe, it's not about the science.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. Once you start to explain one thing, then you have to explain another thing, and then polar bears, and then the hatch, and it's all goes to shit.
And yes, we cannot spoil any. Jewel, we can't give any hints about the cast for it yet because we haven't cast it yet. We haven't cast it yet. But anywho, Wooly Lambda said, "Have you considered coming to Canada?" We have, and we do.
We were just there.
We were just there.
We've been to Canada
and yes, we know that Canada's huge.
Yes,
Toronto is extremely far from most of Canada.
To be honest, we don't even know the timeline yet, but we'll probably be in Canada at one point this year, if we're being honest.
We hope so.
I really like it. Loom just said slippery slop, and I like
it's a slippery slop.
It is a slippery slop.
Yeah, for all the old piggies, those fat piggies. That's us.
Elizabeth LR said, "Oh, sorry, lesbians." Well, the thing is, if you join our Patreon and you hear about our pitch for the full season of Wayward Guide season 2, you might realize maybe, or not season 2, season 1, the TV season 1, the television show, Yeah. You might be,
and also it's not a no on lesbians. There's lots of other characters.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and everyone.
It's a yes on everything,
and everyone
also,
needs to.
Well, you're no longer on Earth. Like, there's only so many people.
Well, that's one of the explorations too. In the pilot of and the show, what goes out the door once you're building a new society. What is useful and what is not useful.
I like that Raptor Face said lesbians are monetized. That made me laugh.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
But anyways, so that is is that all the projects?
Tinlightenment accepts people of all flavors, all shapes and sizes. Come one, come all. Find vestige in Tinlightenment.
Yes, in our 7 holy missions of the Solve It Squad in Edinburgh, Gross Profits in LA and Adelaide. This could be on Broadway in New York. Spy Another Day in Los Angeles. Spy Another Day in London. Intelligent Life Reading in LA, and The Great Debate.
That's 7,
Preach,
baby.
Brother Corey.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get the confetti?
Can I get
a confetti?
Can I get the confetti, please? Please give me the confetti. Peace and love.
And we're having a party.
Fireworks. There we go.
What the hell?
Wait, did you just say fireworks?
No, I saw in the chat that if you give 2 thumbs up, it'll give you fireworks. You can't see it though because I have the virtual.
I don't think so. I can see
Oh,
it,
you just got dark.
Listen,
because they're all behind me.
Trying for 55 minutes and 3 seconds. And
like
it has
Kimberly
not been too
said,
effective.
Good to know my Tinlightenment flavor is allowed to be lesbianism. Thank you for the clarification.
Well, everyone.
And Can I Get an Amen is just one of the kind of call and responses we're going to be, doing this month. I mean, the one we opened with today, which is TCB with you, the correct response is, and also with you.
So, question, is there any, for the folks in the chat, any first-time Kickstarter backers? / anyone who hasn't backed yet, but would like to and has questions? Anything Kickstarter curious folks with questions?
Yeah.
And while those answers come in, I just want to say very quickly that there are many ways to support a Kickstarter, a Tin Can Bros Kickstarter. And, giving is obviously the main one, but sharing it with friends and people who might be interested, coming to our live streams, liking the videos and social posts, it's all helpful in the larger energy of making this thing work. So just know that even if you can't give today, you can still be very key in making this happen.
Whoa, bunch of people first timers, which is very, very exciting. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's
welcome new converts.
It's thrilling. Because I guess the last Kickstarter we did Grunge,
which was almost 2 years ago.
Yikes. Well, that's very exciting. It's very exciting to have you here. Here, some people are about to.
It means a lot.
It does mean a lot.
It does mean a lot.
It's
such a. All kidding aside, we are very honored and grateful that that just shows a level of trust and faith, and that it means a lot to us, and we I don't think we have, but we try not to let you down.
Yes, and I have not made a single joke on this stream, so I have been entirely serious this entire time. Just real quick, Elise Van V. asked,
Liz,
can we upgrade our levels throughout the Kickstarter time period? You definitely can, and we'll be talking more about that on the Sunday streams, where we'll have fun kind of shout out incentives for people to raise their pledges over a certain amount. If you want to just give a few bucks today to engage, but you're getting paid later in the month and you want some of those fancier fun rewards, then you can definitely give any time between now and when the campaign ends, with a 10-hour live stream on March 2nd.
Oh yeah, 10 hours for 10 years.
Back to you,
the way it works too with the pledging is that I think it does a pre-authorization when you pledge now, but your card doesn't get fully charged until after the campaign ends, because also if we don't hit our goal, with no one's card gets charged and the whole thing's off. But that's not an option, because it is written in the stars, and we have faith.
Written in the stars, Evita. And also,
Liz, real quick, I want to say, talking about promotion, Liz says
Brother
in the chat,
Liz!
Brother Liz says you could be like me and even promo it to people on a dating site. That is true.
This is true.
This is a real factual account from a real Brother Liz, who ended up sharing. Liz, was it the Kickstarter for This Could Be on Broadway, I think? And Liz ended up dating that person, which is amazing. It's very exciting.
Love wins.
Love wins. Love Liz.
If you believe in love, throw up a heart in the chat now. Throw up a heart.
Wait, the kids do it like weird. There's like another the other version where it's like.
Listen, when we had to do it for
like this.
When we had to do it for 1 second in the
oh wow,
Joey,
look, you got
the hell.
That gives me hearts.
The hell.
I feel like you're unlocking like magic like spells.
I'm like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like I'm having a very there's probably a more fun reason for that. But wow, the actual reason is probably, Corey, because we're signed in as admins and Joey is a guest.
No, it's because you're using the new MacBook camera, built-in camera.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. Liz says I'm actually engaged to that guy now. Liz! Holy shit. Let's throw the heart up for Liz. Hearts up for Liz. You guys, I know
love is real.
Listen, here's the thing.
Tinlightenment is good.
I know we did that whole thing in the video where we're like, these are actors who are like talking about the projects and how Tinlightenment has changed them. Like, that's all funny. We all know that's a fun bit. But Liz literally is engaged to someone who she shared
to that guy
past Kickstarter with. To that guy. That's unbelievable. Liz, congratulations.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Many happy days to Liz and that guy.
Liz and that guy. Liz, what's that guy's name?
No. That guy is good.
Or do you want us to just call him that guy? Unbelievable. This is random guy said the first non-toxic or tragic TCB romance. You know that?
Beautiful. It's canon. It's canon.
It's canon.
Maybe true.
Cam O said, "Can we get online tickets?" And I'm assuming that means to your wedding, Liz. Does that mean can we get online tickets to the wedding?
Will you be live streaming your wedding? Will it be on YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun. That is really good stuff. Really good stuff. Very, very thrilling.
Oh man!
Wow! I'm really gonna ride that. I'm gonna ride that high. His name's Joe. Congratulations, Liz and Joe.
Oh, just what we need. Another Joe. Okay. Okay. Did we finish reviewing all the projects? I can't remember. Okay.
I think we did.
Should we talk a little
less
bit?
than $100 from 21,000. Do we have like a goal? Do we have a goal for 3 p.m.? Like, would we love to get to? I would love to get to 25. I would love to get to 25, baby.
And like and since so many people are new to Kickstarter, it like really does help the first day, but like especially the first week to like get momentum and pledge, even if it, like we were saying before, like, you know, okay, like later in the month, maybe you can like pledge more, but like if you want to pledge something now, it helps. Like it's like a bandwagon thing, it's a peer pressure thing where no one wants to back a campaign that isn't like funded weirdly, or like that not a lot of people have funded. It's like when you like are like looking at a restaurant and you go, there's no one eating in there, maybe I'm not going to eat in there.
Brother Kurt's in the chat.
Kurt. That is very real, Corey. There's a psychology behind this, which we will be getting into, because Tinlightenment isn't all about miracles. There is science behind it as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's something, you know, if you look at some of the reward tiers, like, shall we go through some of these reward tiers to explain to them things that they could benefit from, they could receive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, also, first and foremost,
I think we got lost in love. So if anyone like new Kickstarter folks had more questions, like put them in the chat again, because I think they're long gone at this point. But we'll go through rewards in the meantime.
Beautiful. Oh, we did it. We're over 21. Here we go, baby.
Oh,
here we go.
Did you just will that into being by just going and staring at that screen?
That's what this Kickstarter is about. Brothers, Kurt said, I have seen the light. Let us all become converts in the first few days. Kurt, it's so great. It's so great to have you here. We're so excited to sing with you again and to figure out what we're going to do for Not So Bad.
Famously, yes. There's nothing else to be said.
Tasman said, "What is a believer band?" Which is a fun little thing. Which is a fun little thing as one of the tiers that we have.
Why don't we start at the very beginning?
A very good place.
Place to start.
Kevin Klein said that.
Yep. Amen. So the TC bands we're really excited about. They're these sort of like elastic. They're like bracelets, but it's like a fabric elastic, like stretchy fabric, that will have a design on them, like the color of like your tier, and then the little spot that's like with the like pyramid emblem on it, so that you can come to any of our shows and like wear your TC Believer band and like show that you like are one with Tinlightenment, so that we can see you in person. But what you'll be able to do is there'll be a QR code on the back, or if you have a phone with NFC, you'll be able to tap the band, which will open up a website where that's how you'll get like access to that sort of special content, by sort of scanning your band with your phone.
NFTs are out, NFCs are in.
Hell yeah. And then maybe we'll talk about it later, but like also going to be some special things that you can like tap it at our live shows that you'll be able to do, but only if you have one of those bands.
That's
and
right.
And there are multiple levels. Is that what you're about to say, Brian?
Yes, exactly.
There are multiple levels of the Believer band. Like there's the entry point level, but then there's a higher level in which like different perks will come from like what you scan and what level you're at over the course of the year.
That's right.
Which will be kind of fun.
That's right. Different bands at different level will get you access to different types of messages and content.
Real quick, stepping away from rewards real quick, Drasticus says, brothers, please, I am begging you to Tinlighten me as to when exactly that this could be on Broadway show at 54 Below will be, so I can start planning, or at least it will be early or late November. It'll be early November. Do we feel safe saying that?
If by early November you mean mid-November.
Before Thanksgiving.
Before
Thanksgiving. It's not going to be in the time after Thanksgiving.
But that is actually fantastic to know in terms of when people need to start planning their travel, because that can help us, craft with more detail when we're going to be making our announcements.
Past 22.
Incredible. Thank you.
Make the hearts come out of my mouth.
No.
Thank you, brothers and brothers. Wow.
Very good.
Incredible. Okay, so just to as you'll see in the reward tiers, the color of the level is the color of the Believer band. That is how you will.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that was clear.
And if you look on the story of the Kickstarter page, you'll see how the pyramid lines up. With TCB on the very top, because
it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme.
We are your leaders. Okay, so should we just go through each of them real quick? And we'll probably do this many times throughout the campaign. Level 0, you will be getting literal thoughts and prayers, which are our, non-substantial but very substantial actual thoughts and prayers, plus pre-sale ticket access.
If it's good enough for Congress, it's good enough for us.
That's right. Level 1, and in each tier you receive all the additional tiers before it. Should we alternate? Big
thanks to Chatterghost, aka the Great Donate, who just brought us up to 22,000. Thank you, the Great Donate.
Great debate winner, the Great Donate. Okay, I'll do level 1, and then let's rotate around the different levels so that everyone can listen to all of our voices equally. So for level 1, Blissful Beige, in addition to level 0, we'll be doing an in-character Road to Tinlightenment webinar live stream where you will learn live on the air exactly what it is to be Tinlightened and exactly what this organization is about with interactive activities, etc.
It's your Tinlightenment 101 course.
Exactly. Exactly.
And did we also mention that, like, along with thoughts and prayers at level 0, you get
ticket
pre-sale.
Pre-sale access to tickets for all our Tinlightenment World Tour events.
Pre-sale, baby.
When do those tickets go on sale?
Which tickets?
Any tickets.
Any tickets for like any of the events?
I'm just asking. Yeah.
Trick question.
How does that work?
I feel like I'm being tested.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, it kind of depends on the event.
Yeah. Just like later, like it'll be on a rolling basis per event.
Yeah.
If you look at our FAQ on the Kickstarter page, we do address this. Corey, the
Exactly.
FAQ.
Oh,
Corey, look at the FAQ.
okay. Sorry. I always forget to look at the FAQ.
Yeah, and that'll give you an idea also of like ticket timeline, ticket pricing, things like that. Of because things will be different based on where we are and what we're doing. But yeah.
So what I've learned now is if I have a queue, I should check the FAQ first.
That's if you have a queue, make sure you check the FAQ queues frequently. Yes.
Kevin Costner, amen.
Amen. Who wants to talk about level 2?
Everyone's saying yachts and prayers, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing from something else, or
is that just a thing that we're all like ribbing on fucking senators for because we should?
Or Supreme Court justices?
Someone else's IP.
Yeah, let us know. Holy yacht. What's holy yacht? I
don't know, but when I see that watch on your hand, it makes me think, did
Yachts
that cost $10,000 and you must own a yacht?
That's true. That's true.
Level 2?
Level 2, Righteous Rose.
Yeah.
Righteous Rose.
That color? It's your favorite crayon.
So starting in level 2 is when you'll be getting the believer bands, which, as we were saying, will give you access to all the stuff. And
this level 2 band comes in Righteous Rose.
Yes, and specifically you will be getting monthly, teachings and mantras from the Tin Can Bros delivered straight to you, which you can access with your believer band.
Plus, the road to Tinlightenment webinar live stream, literal thoughts and prayers, and pre-sale tickets.
Yes. That is true. And then if you bump up to level 3, your believer band immediately goes up to level 3, which will then give you access to a new set of quarterly prophecies that are tailored specifically towards the other part of level 3, which is we're going to give you a lot of these religions, a lot of these things, they say they have like a way to define your character type, and we actually think we've really cracked that, and that's through the Lubowich test. It's a personality assessment which will determine your tin canogram type, your TCT, and we're going to mail you an induction letter. We're going to give you a contract, a gajillion year contract that'll just have you sign you right into Tinlightenment, and your believer band will then update to level 3, which means you'll be able to get quarterly prophecies about your tin canogram type. It's very, very fun.
It's
very fun.
Like, if we're going to tell you everything you need to know about yourself that you didn't even know, and how you can live your best tin can life.
Yes.
Isn't that what most people are looking for in this life? Just someone like us to tell them exactly what to do and how to do it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Speaking of being dripped in gold. Level 4.
Level 4. At level 4, you're going to tap into your own natural powers of divination from the comfort of your home with our Tintuition kit. So that's going to be a whole kit of things to help you divine the future, answer those existential questions that you just desperately need answering through custom divining cards, a 3D pyramid, and a challenge coin. Just all different ways to assess different questions and really feel the vibrations of the Tinlightenment in the universe.
Yeah,
and get those answers
and allow yourself to look tinward.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of these things. It's like, even though they are fun rewards and they're things to have, it's all about looking tinward.
Yeah, tinward. It's beautiful. Think about a Magic 8 Ball, but better, and just way better and more fun and just better. That's what it is.
Just better.
Just better.
Just better. Brian, you doing the next one, or should I?
Sure. This is level 5. If you give $99, which is just like a cup of coffee, is $99. It is a holy number. Simply a gallon of milk and a coffee is $99. This is saintly sage, okay? And some of you might be thinking, can I take the bros on the road with me? Can I keep them close to my heart? And the answer is yes. You can keep them grasped in your hand while you pray, because we're making some leader Brian, Joey, and Corey brosary necklaces so that you can pray. You can pray with us, and with that, we'll include some, holy words for you to say, and some uses for your brosary. But we're very pleased with ourselves that we came up with brosary. Yeah. So there you have it.
Plus, again, with all of these levels at level 5, you get everything from level 4 and below. That means the Tintuition Kit, the personalized induction letter and contract, quarterly TCT prophecies, your believer band, the mantras, the Road to Tinlightenment webinar, literal thoughts and prayers, and the pre-sale tickets to all Tinlightenment events.
That's right. Yes. And above level 2, you can expect physical rewards.
Yes, because then you get to level 6, which is the Ascension Azure. And this, like we say in the description, like Brian had said once, dress for the awakening you want, not for the one you haven't had yet. And this is just our Tinlightenment t-shirt. They're also going to be personalized with your backer number on, so that this isn't just some shirt we're gonna sell merch for.
It's going to be different for everyone, and you'll be able to know like how faithful someone is, how ready they were to jump in.
Yeah, we've never been able to do this before, but the technology in 2024 has finally caught up with us. And, similar to the way a rabbi will bless something to make it kosher, you can be sure that someone stood over that T-shirt in a printing facility and blessed it.
And Elise, going back a few rewards, because I think we're getting the chat's a little bit delayed. So to answer some questions, Elise Van V said, "Is the induction letter physical?" Yes.
Yep.
That is a
and then
whoa,
Christina.
What happened there?
The money just went way down.
Christina,
quick, it's not physical. It's not.
Christina Joy said, "My religious sister is going to be very concerned that I joined an actual random cult." Well, I think the only solution is to convert her and show her the way.
Was there a mistake?
That seems like it.
Oh no.
That's okay.
It's okay. It happens.
Good form.
That's interesting. It hasn't gone down on Kickstarter yet. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big difference.
All right. Well, I would just say in terms of good form, do not give more than you can give.
Yeah.
We are not here to make a lot of money from a single person. We're here to collectively raise a lot of money.
Make a little money from a lot of people.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, so like we said, like don't feel like you have to pledge more than you are capable of. Like we said, there's plenty of other ways to support the campaign. But if you feel moved to like bump up a level, please do. And if like things change and you have to adjust, like absolutely, like don't feel bad about adjusting as needed. But be smart, be reasonable. Don't like
small adjustments. An adjustment of $5,000 later on, it's okay. It's the first day, but it can be a little detrimental. But that's all right.
But we have faith. It's all good. We have faith.
I think if we continue to talk about the rewards, it'll bump back up.
Yes. Lucy asked, it says that some of the physical items will be sent in 2025, yet some of the shows like the Edinburgh show are in August 2024. So how will we Scottish brothers get our bands for the extra things at the show? Yes, the bands are obviously a first priority reward.
Yeah.
I think we put a catch-all date there to kind of
for
make sure
all the different parts, because you're going to receive them sort of like.
Yes,
some of them are going to be
rolling. There's no point in breaking it up individually for like, ooh, it's this. But the bands will be coming. The bands will be coming soon.
All rewards will be wrapped up by 2025. Yeah. But yes, many rewards will be out by the end of this year.
And we'll keep you updated on when those go out, and like when you have to like lock in your address and all those kinds of things. There's like a chance like, oh, that like if you're coming to like Spy Another Day in LA before like probably most of the rewards come out, we'll also be setting up some way to like potentially like check in and like pick it up at the show. Like at
Mhm.
least you're a believer band, like you pick it
Mhm.
up early.
Where are we at? Rewards. Where were we?
Level 7, a holy number.
Level 7.
The Holy Grail may be a myth, but TCB believes in transubstantiation. So, in addition to all the other rewards, we're going to have a Tinlightenment World Tour drinking vessel, as well as some custom TCB ice cube molds, so you can enjoy a cool beverage while basking in Tinlightenment.
Drink that Kool-Aid, baby.
Drink that Kool-Aid. More info to come. Maybe even product designs before the end of the campaign. Maybe.
Okay, wait. So then the next level, I'm going back to the project.
Level 8.
Level 8, which is liturgical lavender. So, beautiful color. We've all seen it in a Home Depot.
Beautiful.
So, by this point, you are a lifelong student of the Tin Can Gospel. If you're backing at that thing, and you'll have the opportunity to discuss this holy tin canon with the TCB and some rotating cast and creative teams for some one-on-one video chats. You know, the video chats. We've done them before. They've been they're really fun, and we like doing the kind of like round robin thing where you'll get to hopefully talk to several people. TBD on who those people actually are. But that is one part of it, and the other one is we are going to give you a one of a kind print with a personalized note of the 10 commandments, which are you know, we're really building
rules
out
we
a
live
whole
by.
We're the rules we live by. We're really building out a whole thing, you know.
But we don't like doing too much work. So the fact that you can sum up, you know, the tenets of Tinlightenment in just 10 easy commandments I'm very attracted to that.
Yeah, big time.
Plus, of course, you get everything below level 8 as well. Like the Divine Drinking Vessel, the TCB Ice Cube Mold, the Tinlightenment T-shirt, the Rosary Prayer Necklace, Tintuition Divination Kit, Personalized Induction Letter and Contract, Quarterly TCT Properties, your Believer Band, Tinlightenment Mantras, Road to Tinlightenment Webinar Livestream, Literal Thoughts and Prayers, and the pre-sale tickets.
Yes. Just real quick, I just want to answer 2 questions in the chat. First from Ashra Lee, which is probably not how you pronounce that. Is there an age requirement for the shows? We don't have a firm age requirement for any of our shows, but we usually say they're like a firm PG-13. There's probably a few fucks thrown in there, but it's not too blue. And then a question from Tasman. Does this mean we have to pay multiple shipping? No, after the Kickstarter is funded, if the Kickstarter is funded, you will then receive a backer kit survey where you can do any add-ons you want and kind of just like wrap up your account with Kickstarter, at which time you will be charged one time for shipping. But we are saving the shipping. There's estimated shipping costs on the Kickstarter page, but we are saving adding those until we actually ship the items.
Mm-hmm. It should be around that, but postage be crazy, y'all. It keeps changing these days, but
just in case there's a worldwide shortage of stamps.
Yep. But yeah, like you will receive potentially multiple shipments. Oh, balloons. Depending on what you're getting, but we try to group them all together mostly. But if you do get like a separate, like the letters, those will come separately. Than like the other physical rewards, but the shipping fee is like all inclusive of the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Have we talked about level 9 yet?
We have not.
At $499.99, it's Miracle Mauve, y'all. So at level 9, you will receive a Tinlightenment World Tour jacket. So you know a tour jacket, you love a tour jacket, and with all the traveling and, you know, the fluctuations of weather, on a chilly night, you're just going to want to climb right into that cool-ass tour jacket and wear it. Wear it on your body. I don't know. I don't know.
It's beautiful. Do we have a general visual idea of what those are?
Yeah, we're still finalizing which model version.
Goodbye, Brother Liz, by the way. Sorry.
Oh.
Brother Liz is heading out.
Brother Liz!
Say hi to Joe.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're like the ones we were looking at are like windbreaker kind of jackets.
It's
right?
what I imagine
Yeah.
every roadie in the 70s wore.
Mhm.
Is that true? Probably not.
That is what we're looking at. And probably in white. But TBD. Like actually, that might be something where we could opt for an option if like you are a white averse. But I think that's sort of the vibe, the brand right now.
Black and white. Hey,
Yeah.
some random guy said, and that's their username, random guy. Will stage doors ever be back? Maybe. I mean, we're kind of keeping up to date with like COVID waves and that sort of thing. I mean, undoubtedly around events like Solid Squad in Edinburgh will be more available to talk after shows than we would say after like a one night thing. But it's all kind of TBD. So we'll be sure to be communicative about that on the socials.
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. Cause like a lot of the one night events are really hard to do that with. Solid Squad might be easier, but also like we have to like load in and out every show.
Yeah.
So it's like a very TBD.
There's going to be a window for a lot of these things that we might not be able to fill a window. TBD. Also, Ava Oginski said, will you guys ever release pro shots for any of the shows? What exactly do you mean? Because we do have pro shots for most of our shows online.
I think maybe, they mean for this upcoming season. Which case,
definitely for Gross Profits. Gross Profits is one that will ultimately end up on YouTube. But I think there will be digital ticket versions. I think the state of a lot of these shows is there won't be like a new pro shot version.
Like we're not going to shoot another version of Solid Squad.
Yeah. But there'll be a new video version that you can watch a digital ticket of if you can't be there.
Gross Profits is probably the only one that'll have like a pro shot. And then, we'll probably put up some great debates eventually on YouTube. But if you look on the page on Kickstarter, you can see exactly which productions have which viewing options. Yeah.
The Pippi asked, will there be an opportunity to purchase the jacket if you back to lower tit? Generally, at the end of the campaign, we like often will like do like add-on rewards, pins and things. And that's like you'll be able to select that in your backer kit survey. In general, in general, like we don't have add-ons that are like part of the existing tiers. They are sort of like set bundles. But so yeah, likely no in terms of like doing the jacket at a different tier, but there'll be other things you can like get as well.
Yeah. As well as if if we go all the way, stretch goals, fun stretch goals. There'll be plenty more announced as this goes on, including add-ons, etc.
Oh yeah.
Judith.
Judith.
Asked,
Judith Crystal Ball.
How relevant are the colors of the pledge levels for what the rewards look like? They are so relevant to the believer bands. Those are the colors of the believer bands for the different levels. And then let's see. Finty asked, how much would a digital ticket cost on average? Like 10 to 15 US dollars.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then Ed had a stupid question. Sorry, no, maybe a stupid question. Also not a stupid question. Is Edinburgh Fringe like an outside festival? I generally no. I think there are like outdoor shows and like venues, but it's just like the entire city of Edinburgh like becomes like it's a festival in that like every bar becomes like a performance venue. Like there's just shows happening everywhere at the same time. But we won't be doing a show outside.
Everyone's asking us or correcting us, Edinburgh, which it's like.
Listen, I'm going to say Edinburgh, and if anyone doesn't like it, well,
I'm going to say Edinburgh. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna.
Listen, you guys have been there. I've never been there. I have an excuse. You have no excuse.
Edinburgh is pretty funny though.
Edinburgh. We're going to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh's.
Yeah.
Listen, level 10, blessed bronze, baby. Blessed bronze, level 10, a divine number. So level 10, blessed bronze, which is a $999. You will receive an engraved holy relic memorializing your contribution, as well as 4 virtual rehearsal visits that you can view over live stream, in like live stream, or you can watch later. Those will be recorded for you to observe. Specifically, we're going to be recording, doing live streams of rehearsals at Gross Profits. This could be on Broadway, Spies LA, and Salvage Squad. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And then also, if you wish, you can come to any one of our rehearsals in person. And that does not include airfare and lodging, but we would love to have you if you're able to come out and you're in that tier. Plus, all the other stuff.
Yes. Great Nate asked, what is a holy relic? What is it?
Have you a sports metaphor, if you will? When you win a big sports game, you get a trophy, and that trophy is personalized to you and your contribution. And because it's TCB, it will have a fun TCB twist to it.
We like that. Yes. We like that big time.
AKA, we're still figuring it out.
Yeah, but
we have some ideas.
It is like
we have some good ideas, and we've got. I think we'll have a big hand in figuring out what that design is.
Yes, big
and
time.
if it's not clear, it maybe is already. But we do take these rewards and the story of them, and our the creative time we spend on them very seriously, because we like making these very fun and themed to the Kickstarter into the season.
And then we have level 11, which is Salvation Silver, which for if any one of you out there want to join Salvation Silver, you can bring us back to where we were before some idiot left.
Wow! Before lightning struck and the
devil came in and ooh, terrible. Just kidding, but for real, don't do that. That's not cool. But if you want to join the Salvation Silver tier, you could be a celestial being. Your commitment to the path has been thorough, and you have touched many lives with your generosity of spirit and cash. So, as a reward for this tier, you're going to enjoy a pair of comp tickets to each of the 7 World Tour events. Obviously, we can't pay for airfare or lodging or any of that stuff, but if you were able to come to those events, you would get 2 comp tickets, and at the live show of your choice, so at one of these live shows, you would be honored in a secret personalized Brosentian ritual, followed by a VIP meet and greet with the
chanting, think robes, think human sacrifice.
So something fun to get involved in when you're there, something really personal, and then the ability to come and see all the shows, which is very cool.
But before we can engage with you, we need to make sure you ascend to our plane.
That's true, and that's the only way to do that is through Ascension Silver, if we're being honest. So anywho, so that's that, and then the final one. Who wants to read the
level 12?
Level 12, the final level.
Read in its entirety, I think.
Pious Pearl. At $9,696, a holy number. You have reached Nirvana. Welcome home. How does it feel to be almost just like the TCB? We'll give you a key physical memento of your choice from the Tinlightenment Tour or the TCB Vault. And as an additional reward for being so close to the top of the pyramid, we bestow upon thee the holiest of ceremonies, the Tin Mortality Rite. Your face will be made into a mask that will be worn ceremonially by the TCB. A prayer candle in your likeness will be used to set fire to the mask, reducing it to ash. The remains will be formally injected into a sacred fruit, which will decay ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The rotted husk will be ceremonially composted and buried with a talisman containing a single seed that will grow into a great tree of life and bring oxygen to future generations of tin-lightened souls. Also,
And
we'll give you a shout out on Instagram.
And so it was written.
And Brian,
So
apparently
it
you have frozen. You are you're looking scary to folks.
I am absolutely frozen. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've got a spinning wheel of death, and it's just all completely frozen.
Well, what's fun about that is I think Brian hasn't frozen, but Brian has left his body, which is something we're teaching here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I transcended.
And if
he's transcended his corporeal form.
And if we get to 20K by the time this stream ends, we will bring Brian back to his body. We will do it, you know? We will
and if not,
that.
I will wander in the netherworld until our next stream.
And we'll just have Brian's body just like this, and then
just limp in front of a computer.
Yeah. Kara asked, will the rehearsals be close to the date of the shows? Because I can't make it to the TC. Because I can't. Oh, but if the thing is earlier, I can go. Again, it kind of depends on
TBD.
I'll be stepping away quickly just for a quick meditation to just see if I can't return to my body.
Okay.
Force quit, y'all.
For something like that, like if you like back up that tier, obviously we'll be like in contact about scheduling that. But if you have specific questions about that, like that kind of scheduling for that, like that kind of tier, like send us a message on Kickstarter and we'll see if we can see if that can make sense for all of us. Also with the video chats too, the way we do that typically is like there'll be a variety of dates that you can sign up for well in advance. So hopefully, depending on your time zone, whatever, you can find a good time for you.
Yep. So anyways, yeah, Brian's gone. He's out of here. He's out of this world.
He's ascended. Yeah.
He's ascended. And remember, we need 1,600 and what's the math here? 1,658 dollars left. And there he is. Brian, you got to go away. Actually, you got to go away. No.
I had a dream that I was live streaming and I froze.
Oh my God, you did.
Wow.
Aerolite Ampelos has asked multiple times, do you think you'll come to France? Aerolite Ampelos, the destinations for our holy missions are on the stream. Or not on the stream, on the Kickstarter campaign, on the page, so you can find out where we're going on that page. But I
might go on a vacation to France. After
Brian might go to France.
We do our show in London.
Brian might do it.
Hey, guess what? There's only one way to get all these cool rewards, though. Pledge now at Tinlightenment.com.
And also, the hope is like by sort of breaking the seal and like going abroad, that we are like making relationships and that we open the door to future travel, future missions beyond even this campaign to spread Tinlightenment to all parts of the world.
We want more than anything to travel all across this great world to,
So hopefully we've structured it so that there's something for everyone. Like we're trying more than we've ever tried before to like come to you. Obviously we can't come to everyone, but hopefully again, this is just a first step, and that like if we are coming near you, that you're able to see us, but that even if we're not, there's other ways to see these projects and enjoy them as well.
That's right.
Pledge now so Brian can go to France. This is a vacation Kickstarter. It's definitely not. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got a lot of cool stuff that I'm really excited about. I would love to do all of these things.
I want to know what, I guess it's two questions. What are people's, like, are there any rewards people are excited about? Like, what are you, of everything we just, what are you most excited about? That's one. And then two, like, what holy mission are you the most excited about?
Please let us know. Raptor face. I forgot. Did you guys have a goal for this live stream? Yeah, we sure did. But then some satanic force glitched and removed a pretty big amount of money, which is pretty unfortunate.
But isn't that just life, brother Joey? Isn't that just sometimes life hands you lemons? What are you going to do?
Sometimes you just stare the devil in the face and go, not today.
Sometimes it isn't black or white. The right path can be hard to find, and I don't know the lyrics. But that's from Flopstoppers.
Oh, gosh. Molly Rice said, would you say there's an age limit to Tinlightenment? I don't think so. I think it's an all ages affair.
Though some of the shows may not be.
That's true.
But like we said, these are all be like PG-13, I think.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah. Crunch last year was like R, but I think these are all PG-13. That like the Great Debate, the comedy, this might be a little like, who knows? Because like it's improv-y, but probably like if it does drift into R territory, a very light R, probably for language.
Yeah. We talked about this a bit earlier, but I'm very excited with the Great Debate to have a show where we can just slot comedians in. Like, I think we've always wanted to produce something like that, but because a lot of our stuff is more narrative, we haven't had the opportunity until now. So because it's like a live game show and we're going to be cycling a ton of guests through here, it'll be really fun to just get people on stage improvising and playing around. Yeah.
They should also tell us who they want to see.
Oh, yeah. That's
true.
Like, make the list for us.
Blue Sky. And then from there, we'll pare it down.
Patton Oswalt, Aziz Ansari. Sorry.
Should we tell that story?
I think we should.
Okay. So, here we go. Hi, Abby. Welcome. Abby said, hi, I'm here now. Here we go. Gabby said piss.
Abby's here.
And Gabby said piss, and I don't really know why. Okay. So,
Okay.
hello, Sarah. And Sarah Grace is here.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes, brother Sarah Grace.
Brother Sarah Grace. So this story,
we many moons ago did an improvised live stream comedy show called Choose Our Destiny with the three of us, Daniel Strauss, and
Ashley
Lauren
Skidmore
and Ashley Skidmore of Idol Worship fame,
Eric Shackney on the keys,
and it was a live stream like choose your own adventure show where like prompts would come up and people watching at home would vote, and then we would incorporate them into the show. And it was a show for Project Alpha, a now long dead like subscription streaming service for Geek and Sundry and Nerdist.
Let's take a quick moment of silence. Okay, thank you. That's it.
That's it. That's all I can.
Nope. It was weird and chaotic. It was improv for no one, so it was weird. But after, I don't know, like a couple months of
it was
like,
doing well.
The show.
I mean, there were very few people on the service, but I think like as far as the service was concerned, it was like doing all right. It was performing as like an improv show. And
my parents were watching every week. So
there you go. I was actually not there in person for this, so I feel like I should not be the one to deliver the sermon.
Yes.
Wait, you weren't there in person?
No, I was coming from something. I was like a little.
You were late.
It was like after a rehearsal, and I was a little late, and then everyone was just like cracking up and telling this story.
But so we were like wanting to like get more people to know about the show, and our producer came in and said, great news, guys, like the higher ups have approved some budget to bring in some like guest talent to like name guest talent to like promote the show that you can like play with. So like let's just brainstorm, like blue sky some like ideas like that their casting director can like go and reach out to, like of who that could be. And we were like, that's very exciting. So we started thinking about like, oh yeah, who do we know? Who's like a fun YouTube kind of person, who's like in our circle, who's sort of like outside of our circle that we can bring in. And the producer was like, just went ahead and started listing off names of like what he thought. he could be. Do you want to?
And he was going like, some people were thinking about having joined.
Meanwhile, like we're thinking like, oh, who do we know from like our Star Kid, John Kozar, like who's like YouTube
more
people,
like digital native.
Yeah, who do we sort of know? And then that's where we're thinking, and then he starts suggesting.
He's going like, we're thinking Aziz Ansari, Patton Oswalt. Those are the big ones that come to my brain.
Aziz Ansari. What's her name? She hosts Who's Line?
Who was on Archer?
Yes. Oh, what's her name? I know her name.
I don't know.
Aisha Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah, and it was just like names like this. And we're like, this was also like peak Master of None, Aziz Ansari. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it was wild. It was like, there's no way this would happen.
To me, the funniest thing is that like none of it ever came to fruition, and the show was canceled not long after. Well, about a year later, but still, like,
yeah. I mean, listen,
we got paid to do improv. That's like a real scam.
It's a beautiful
for a real
thing.
long time, we got paid to do improv in Los Angeles, which was like nothing.
No one else is getting paid to do improv.
No.
What a
yeah, a lot of people in the chat bringing up beautiful things about Choose Our Destiny.
Well,
I barely remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have no memory of any of this. Apparently, I sang a Tamagotchi song. I have no memory of this.
I mean, Pets on the Moon. That was like
that
one
I
of the
remember.
first. It was one of the first.
It was
things,
the first one because Diane ran into the show.
Yes, it was like
stage.
when we had just gotten Diane, and we had to like bring her everywhere, and so.
And it was also it was our first show, and it was the day after the election.
Yeah. Wow. Oof, for you. Yeah. So hopefully we're doing another improv show.
Yeah.
November.
But anyway, that's our favorite thing is to like list an impossible list of like suggestions of like who we could use for something. But it always has to start with Patton Oswalt, Aziz Ansari.
I saw Jack Nicholson in the chat.
Yeah,
yes,
perfect.
Keep giving names like this.
That's the list.
So anyways, maybe, who knows, maybe Choose Our Destiny will become part of this campaign in terms of the fun stuff. I mean, I would love to. I think on Patreon we rewatched one, and it was wild rewatching it. So
it was. We also did a reunion show on Patreon, which was wild.
Also wild.
If the demand is such, maybe we'll get some Choose Our Destiny content over the course of this month.
That reunion show was less bad than I thought it was going to be, though.
It was pretty fun.
It was very fun. It was very fun. Yeah. So, I mean, just to kind of like review and close out this first kind of stream. Hi, we're the Tin Can Bros, creators of Spies Are Forever, Wayward Guide, Solve It Squad. This could be on Broadway.
So much more.
And so much more. And we are kickstarting for, okay, Ellie, Academy Award nominee Paul Giamatti, get him on the line. Get him
Might
on the
be
horn.
possible.
Aubrey Plaza, do it.
Charlie XCX, perfect.
Yeah.
Taylor Marsden said Garfield. Garfield.
Kristen Shaw is honestly maybe actually possible. I feel like we're like 2 degrees from Kristen Shaw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Kristen Shaw is a horse.
That's true. Famously a horse. Matthew Mercer, also
I saw
1
Kristen
degree.
Shaw at Albertsons once. That's all.
Really?
Yeah. She's just shopping.
Wow.
Celebrities, they're just like us.
Wow. We're doing a Kickstarter, friends, for our 10-year anniversary season. We have 7 projects. We're going to Australia. We're going to London. We're going to Edinburgh. We're going to New York. We're going to LA multiple times because that's where we live. We're going to be online. We're going to have digital tickets. We're going to be on YouTube. We have amazing rewards. Check out tinlightenment.com. Share it with your friends because this is the most ambitious thing we've ever done. And while we have to reach this number because we've already spent money and put this thing into process because like a lot of these things start planning over a year in advance, we need your help.
We've been planning this for a long time.
A long time. We knew 10 years was coming. Ryan Gosling, Al Pacino.
Lydia Tarr. We're going to get Lydia Tarr on this, on an episode of Great Debate.
That's really funny.
Maitland Vastag says, Andrew Feldman, we'd love to work with Andrew Barth Feldman. He's fantastic in No Hard Feelings.
I don't know why. Without the middle name, I was like, who is that?
You were like,
of the Barths. It actually cracks me up though, the idea of like having people come do the show in character as other people. You know?
Oh
Could
yeah,
be
we
fun.
could have like Tilda Swinton, have like what's his face? Tom Lank.
Yeah, I mean,
Tom
Tilda.
Lank as
very
Tilda
good
Swinton
stuff. Very
in the
good
Great
stuff.
Debate.
So, anywho, everyone, we're nearing the end of our first. What is it? When did we launch? When exactly did we launch?
Around 11, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
We're like a couple hours in.
We're a couple hours in. You know, we're a couple hours in. It's wow. We got funny names: Oscar winner Tyler Brunsman, James Janice.
Actually,
also possible.
that is highly possible.
Oh yeah.
And me, James.
So anywho, we're nearing the end where we are under $1,500 away from 10% funded. Werner Herzog would love to have him.
Huge.
So anywho,
we've got 31 days to go. We've got 9 live streams. We've got a whole month planned of fun shit. Stay tuned to, all the Tin Can Bros stuff. And like we've said several times throughout this stream, because I assume more people are just like dipping in and out, which is why we also repeat ourselves over and over again. So apologies if you are here the entire time and we sound like broken records. But I lost the train of what I was saying. So,
we've got lots coming up. There's lots of ways to support the campaign. Obviously, like our preferred format of support is cash, but there's lots of ways to support: watching streams, spreading the word, because like that's the other thing. The internet is like screaming into the void. People who follow us don't see our stuff. Like we'll do things and people will be like, oh my God, I had no idea we're still doing things. I go, we've been doing things for 10 years. We've been yelling about it the whole time.
Exactly.
It makes us feel bonkers. It is wild.
So like it's helpful to like engage with our social media posts, tag a friend, like it, just like, tell the algorithm that it should show it to other people. Maybe you can show it to other people. Like let people know, your friends who like us, that like, hey, we're doing this.
Jemmy said, will all the live streams be like this, or will some be with you guys in person? I think about half of them will be with us in person and half will be like this. And also like undoubtedly,
a thing.
Yeah, some people will have to, like our friends in New York will have to like remote in. Yeah. Ed said the Sunday live streams on YouTube or Discord. All of the live streams are going to be on YouTube. But there is
Angus,
a TCB Discord if you join us on Patreon.
But we're talking about this campaign is the most important thing right now. Angus Taylor said, are the live streams at certain times, at similar times to this? I believe the Thursday ones will be kind of in a similar time zone to this, but Sundays will be a little
earlier.
bit earlier in the day, but last longer. So they might go until this time,
but we'll let you know.
Earlier. Yeah.
So and I think at top of week, we'll kind of release a run of show, I think is the plan. Just to, so you can make plans if you want to join us. In praise.
Anywho. Love you all. Thank you so much for making this first day.
I mean, incredible
day for us. And when we hit 24 hours,
the work begins.
Where are we going to be? Where are we going to be? Where are we going to be?
Where are we going to be?
And Elise Van V, how can we watch the live streams? We'll be putting them all on YouTube, y'all.
You bet.
They'll be like this.
Right here.
Basically. Don't go anywhere. Anyways, love you all.
Should we end with a prayer?
Yes.
Thank you, chat, for providing us with great questions and comments and jokes for us to bounce off of in this live stream.
Bountiful chats.
And thank you to all the disciples, all 255 of you who have joined us in these first several hours. To bring a holy number, to bring success to this campaign so far.
And may that Tinlightenment translate into good vibes and personal success outside of the campaign as well.
Absolutely. And praise to those who can't give necessarily today, but are still doing, the good work by sharing the link to the Kickstarter and kind of just spreading the gospel of TCB to their friends and family.
And an absolute plague upon the head of Satan, who
a pox on their house.
A pox on their house. The Satan who
overpledged,
who overpledged and tricked us.
Who pledged beyond their means,
which is not what we want. We want everyone to pledge within their means.
But may everyone find the courage to pledge within their means to overfund this Kickstarter, so that we may embrace our greater calling and become beacons of
sorry.
And become beacons of light in the world yearning for music and comedy.
Holy yacht, whatever that
Beautiful.
means.
I don't think I have anything else to add to that. Let's dig in. Let's eat.
Okay.
Amen.
Thank you, Not So Real Ellis, who said sharing on Grindr as we speak.
Beautiful.
That's who we need.
Perfect. Find a husband.
That's who we need. We need the rich gays. All right.
All right.
Love you all. Thank you so
See
much
you.
for being here. We'll see you on the socials, and get ready for information about the Sunday.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Joey, if you do this, will cash come out of your hands?
I really fucking hope so. Gabagool, gabagool. Gabagool.
No.
Gabagool.
Not so much.
Okay.